Hey, how you doing? Okay, we here. It's 8:10 p.m. I just peeled myself out of bed. Last week I said I didn't want to talk about it. This week I think we have to talk about it because this is an issue. I'm full-blown nocturnal right now, and it's not by choice, and it's just not great. I told my friend last week, what's up, Frost? I told him that, oh, this year I'm just gonna go hard with my art stuff, with my video stuff, with my YouTube stuff. And I'm not even gonna worry about the little inconsequential things like my sleep schedule. And I was saying that I wasn't gonna worry about my sleep schedule because typically what makes me feel like I need to be on a better sleep schedule is other folks, like them talking about my crappy sleep schedule and it being a running joke and me being insecure about said running joke. But honestly, when I really think about it, I enjoy daylight. I enjoy being awake in the daylight. It is so easy for me to get off track because absolutely anything can get me off track. When I say I'm accidentally nocturnal, I mean truly accidental. Sometimes it's, oh, I'm working on a project, I get really caught up, but I can finish that project at midnight, still not go to bed till 5 on accident. It can not be work. It can just be me watching YouTube videos, watching a show, or not even binging some sort of hot show that's on that's just got my attention wrapped. I just be up. I am one of those people who needs sleep aids in order to get tired. Occasionally my body will naturally get tired, but it's very easy for me to flip that tiredness and get a second wind, and it'll be a second wind for nothing. It'll be a second wind to play another round of a game on my phone. It'll be a second wind to, oh, this YouTube video looks interesting. I want to see what they're doing here. It can be a second wind to, oh, I kind of want to reorganize my office. Is that what insomnia is? I feel like that might be what insomnia is. But yeah, it's just very easy for me to get what I call my second wind. If I don't lay my head upon the pillow in those very rare moments where I feel tiredness right away, I can just be up for hours after that. And it'll be nothing. Like I said, I'd be needing sleep aids to feel tired. And even then, I have to be meticulous about when I take those sleep aids because my wind down routine, my family makes fun of me, because my wind down routine literally requires at least 3 hours. Really, it's 3 to 5 hours of wind down time. Actually, yeah, it's 5 hours. 5 hours is actually the minimum for my wind down time, for real, for real. If I want to be in bed, head upon the pillow by midnight, I need to start my wind down process at 7 p.m. Yes, at 7 p.m. to make sure my head's upon the pillow at midnight. 5 hours. My wind down routine is typically me kind of dinking around. I move very slowly during wind down and when I wake up. Takes me a while to become a person when I wake up in the morning, and it takes me a while to not be a person anymore and become a sleeping stack at the end of the day. I have to be able to slowly move, eat some dinner, watch some shows, maybe do the dishes. The dishes aren't even a necessary part of my wind down routine. That's how casual this wind down routine is. I have to take a shower. I've got to be able to relax a little bit, well, a lot of it, because 5 hours on the couch, watch some YouTube, then also watch some sort of show that I follow, like a cable show. It's just really bad. It's just really, really bad. So if my minimum time that I need for a wind down routine is 5 hours, if I don't start winding down until midnight, I'm quite literally not going to go to bed until 5. And at some point in there, in the last hour of that wind down routine, that's when I'll take my night medicines. That's when that include the sleep aids, and I hope for the best. So if anything, literally anything can set this sleep schedule out of whack. If anything during the day does not go according to plan, the whole thing's thrown off. Because I'm not gonna stop working by 7. I'm not gonna be able to quiet my mind. My mind will, like a lot of people are just like, oh, you just gotta set dedicated work hours. You gotta set a dedicated stop time. But my mind won't stop if at least the bare minimum of the task that I wanted to do isn't completed. I don't have to complete everything that I have on my checklist for the day. I don't. I often do not. I often fill my planner with an amount of things that, of course, I'm not going to be able to accomplish in one day. And I don't feel bad that I don't accomplish them, but there's like a bare minimum amount of each task or amount of the tasks that I've written out that I'm like, this has to be completed today, because if I have to finish it tomorrow, it's going to further throw me out of whack. It would just be delaying the nocturnal sleep schedule being off just by a day. So like I said, when unexpected things occur, which of course always occurs because that's life, because life just generally is not A to B to C to D, especially not when you're disabled, especially not then. Anything can happen. A symptom could crop up. I could forget to take my medicine at a certain time. I could have a doctor's appointment. A doctor might call me. All these things. There's all these things that can throw off everything and do all the time. I didn't go to bed until 11 a.m. this morning. The reason I didn't go to bed until 11 a.m. this morning, thankfully it wasn't for some sort of disability symptom or whatever. It was because I set out to reset my computer on Monday because it's been working very slowly. I don't think I've reset it since I bought it back in 2017. And when I'm editing videos, it's like not playing them through when I'm trying to edit it, and I'm having to hack the system that's making it take much longer than I would like it to take. So I said, okay, I put it in the plan on Sunday that Monday is the day that I'm going to reset my computer. It was on the paper. It actually was not an unexpected thing. And I've reset laptops before. I've reset computers before in the past. I be knowing what I'm doing when it comes to this level of tech stuff. I made sure all the files that I needed were on my hard drive because my plan was to wipe the entire system and just start from scratch. And apparently when I wiped the entire system, I also wiped the system's ability to download Windows on the computer. The really basic stuff. Just for whatever reason, it wiped the ability to download the computer's own operating system. I didn't build this PC. This was an out-of-the-box experience PC that just had all the things that it needed. Because I know my strengths. I know my capabilities. My capabilities do not lie in the ability to build a PC from scratch. That ain't me. It ain't. It's simply not me. But when the computer did all its resetting and restoring, I just keep getting this error message like, oh, we couldn't find Windows. We don't want to download Windows from the cloud. Windows doesn't seem to be on your local device for us to pull from that. Tried all the things that the forum said that people were like, oh, thank you, saved my computer. None of it saved my computer. I accidentally hopped into a solution where I said reset to factory image rather than the other. Like, I even downloaded Windows to a USB and found a way to download it from my iPad to the USB to plug into the PC. This was the fail-safe everybody said online. Everybody online said, if nothing else works, This is the thing that will work. It's foolproof, it's dummy proof. I'm a dummy. Apparently I'm a dummy. Either I'm a dummy or my PC's a dummy. But somebody in this house is a dummy, and it ain't Peaches. That took me through some things. It took me through some emotions, and that was one of those things that I could not go to sleep on. It was one of the non-negotiable things to go to sleep on. Like I said, Monday was the day in the planner for the reset of the computer. But for whatever reason, all night on Tuesday and all morning of today, Wednesday, I was still working on that thing. When I tell you I'm still upset about it, I couldn't go to sleep on it because I've told y'all when things are going wrong, I'll sleep, I'll wake up, I'll realize, oh, the thing's not fixed, I'll sleep, and I'll keep repeating that pattern until the thing is fixed. This wasn't going to be a magical sleep it away and you'll wake up at some point and it's fixed situation. Wasn't going to be that. So I had to stay up. Until I was able to fix it and know with certainty that I still had a working computer. I had to. That was going to wreck me. I wasn't going to be able to sleep. I was going to wake up and be depressed. Luckily, like I said, I got it working, but it's things like that make it nearly impossible for me to be on a regular sleep schedule because anything and everything will throw me off of that sleep schedule. But I'm constantly trying. I feel like people don't think that I'm trying to be on a better sleep schedule. I am. The plan for today, so yeah, I didn't get up until now. I didn't peel myself out of bed till now. I do need to stick to the schedule that I wrote in the planner today. The non-negotiable for me to do and complete today for my planner is to review all the footage I shot for the vlog for last week and write an outline of like what I want the footage to be, what I want to be included in the vlog. Non-negotiable. My hope is that I didn't record like a day's worth of footage. I don't think I did, but I probably did quite a lot. But the time it is now, the aim is to be asleep by 3 a.m., which sounds wild, which sounds like I'm not striving toward a healthy sleep schedule, but I can't just send myself to bed at midnight. One, I don't know for sure that I'd have everything done by then. And two, I didn't get up until like 8 p.m. Going to sleep at midnight, I'm gonna lay there awake. That'll be a waste of time. I need to get some things done, those non-negotiables done today, so that they're not saved for tomorrow and possibly, like I said, back me up in my sleep again tomorrow. I've got to get that stuff done. Hopefully 3 a.m. I can be in bed. I will let y'all know for sure. I'll check in. I think I should be able to get all that stuff done and wind down and eat the food that I need to eat before I go to bed. I think that I should be able to do that. So things can be back on track tomorrow, and I can wake up like 3 p.m. tomorrow, somewhere between noon and 3 p.m. tomorrow. And like slowly I'll be able to get back to a more normal time. Like this is how I gotta hack my sleep system. Wish me the best though, y'all. I'll check in again later. I need to put some sustenance in my body. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Okay, so I was washing dishes, and while I washed dishes, I decided to watch the very, very rough edit first pass edit of vlog number 1 that I'll be posting this Sunday. And I was just kind of like, when it's the raw edit, it's literally like all the footage that I shot thrown onto the timeline, having only cut out things where nothing's going on, when I'm saying for like long periods of time, that sort of stuff. So just very rough edit. So just kind of seeing what all I'm working with to construct the vlog. And as I'm watching it, I'm getting ideas. I went into watching it being like, okay, I need to watch this to see what story I can tell with all the footage that I got. And it felt super ambitious. The idea of putting together a story from it felt ambitious to me because in my mind, I'm also thinking this is all just kind of random footage. I don't want whatever story I put together to seem inauthentic. I don't want to start switching around the timelines of things too much and break it so that things just won't actually make sense. I'm a fan of nonlinear storytelling. I've definitely indulged in that when I was in school for filmmaking. But when it comes to vlogging, it's harder to do that in an authentic way that isn't going to confuse the people who are eventually going to watch it. So yeah, I'm watching it with the intention of figuring out if there is a story in there that I can tell with the footage that I got. And lo and behold, the ideas started coming. I watched it, and as I was watching it, I was getting ideas for, okay, this could go here and it would still make sense. And I can weave the whole vlog together with these elements here. So the wheels are turning, but I'm washing dishes, so I can't like physically write notes. I'm kind of just letting the ideas float around. So once the video's done and I'm done washing dishes, I sit down and I watch it again. And with those ideas that were floating around, I start physically writing out the scenes that I have. I say scenes as if they're scripted. They're not. They're just things that I filmed of myself doing. And I start breaking it up into this actual story. And as I'm writing it all out, I'm just getting excited because I'm like, Khadijah, how did you forget that like you do this? Like I does this. I graduated back in 2017. My degree had an emphasis in filmmaking, in video editing, cinematography, all that good stuff. And I was really good at it back then. Am I a modest person? I was about to say I'm a modest person. I think for the most part, I'm a modest person. I definitely struggle with imposter syndrome and stuff like that, which is, I think, why this hit me like it did. But I was doing my thing while I was in school. The way that I'm gonna brag on myself. I will. I'm gonna stand in. The way that I was able to construct stories, documentary style, nonfiction stories, the way that I was able to, when I was staging shots, the way that I was able to conceptually think about what this shot should look like and what I wanted to communicate and what people watching it will get from it. I had a very unique point of view. I have a very unique story, as I've went into before. I was able to translate that into my filmmaking through my storytelling. Nobody's mind quite works like mine. I almost said worked, but this kind of hurt to me. The works active. This is not a thing that I used to be able to do or that I once upon a time had the skills to do. I still got this. I haven't really been using it like that. I've been focused on more traditional visual art mediums, drawing, painting, that sort of thing for the past, since I graduated, really, since probably like a year or two after I graduated, I've been almost solely focused on making things with my hands and traditional art supplies and things. But like my filmmaking storytelling my storytelling mind in general, it's unmatched. It's simply unmatched. I'm not saying that there is nobody who does filmmaking or storytelling in general better than me, but nobody can tell the stories that I tell the way that I tell them. That's what I'm trying to get at. Nobody can do what I do, like what I do. Nobody can do that. And that's wild to like just remember that about myself. I think this might be the first time I put something like that in words. It was like an air that I sort of walked around with, like when I was making filmmaking, like I knew I was doing the thing. I knew that what I was putting together was unique. And I knew that only my brain could have thought of it that way. But putting it into words, like, I does this, like this is what I does. And having that realization all these years later and knowing that I'm tapping back into that through vlogging, I feel good. I feel confident. I feel confident in the steps that I am now taking. I feel like God definitely waited to this moment to really push me back into that. I'm in a state now where, like not a physical state, not Georgia, but in a mental state now where I feel like I can step into that. I can realize and accept these things about myself and hold it as true and not deny myself and my capabilities. Yeah, I feel like I'm willing to now accept like, this is what I do and this is what I enjoy doing. I think what I'm realizing now is I can make my own lane in it. Coming out of college, those first couple years when I was still in the filmmaking type of thing, I was focused on like, let me get a job with this, or let me build up my resume this way so that I can make it in XYZ way that's recognized by the masses, da 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 da. But I think I forgot that regardless of if I'm accepted to this or that film festival, my work, my skill level, my storytelling abilities, my capabilities, my thought process stands on its own. It doesn't need any sort of outside validation because this is just what I do. Like, yeah. And it feels good. It feels good to feel that and to recognize that. It feels great. Yeah. So I just had to check in and say that. Okay. Enough bragging on myself, you know. Okay, bye. What a week it has been. Start off with a positive. There's a large majority of my life that I look back on and I feel a lot of shame and embarrassment and insecurity about, just based on things that I said or did, how I presented myself. But it's when I look back on my different media and creative projects from especially those last 2 years of college where I really focused on filmmaking, I just feel pride. I feel impressed with myself. It's one of those things where it almost confirms my passion that like creating and filmmaking, directing, coming up with stories, bringing those things to life, that's an area that I feel the most confident in, and it's reflected in my work and it's reflected in how I look back on my work. And it feels good to have an area of my life where I have that sort of confidence in my abilities and how I present to the world. What I got, it's a special something and it really can't be duplicated. And crappy is, I went a good 50 something hours straight without sleeping. I think I took maybe a 3-hour nap in there. That's not good. Be sure to share with me your happies and crappies in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, leave a regular comment, and share this with all your favorite people. Okay, bye.